Here's a trivia question for you. What issue of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kill the Care Bears? Because it did happen, and it was beautiful. But that led to so much going on. I mean, they were killing it with the marketing. They had the TV shows going. Eventually, Hollywood had to go and do what is probably the best version out there, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the 90s. So this was everything that cartoon was. It had the same humor, the same look.
But it also had a little bit of the darkness from the comic.
Yeah, you know, they actually used their weapons, which we'll come back to with the second movie. But, I mean, I actually saw the movie in the theater, and I got to experience that whole thing and seeing it for the first time in a live action form. I mean, I'm a big fan of the comic book. That is where I came into it. That's where I'm going to stay. But that first movie was amazing. I mean, it was what you wanted taken from the animated series put to live action, but with a little bit of that comic bookness. Because the first scene when they're coming into it, you don't see them. You know, it's all with shadows and everything else. That was very comic book-like. And when they do come into it, you kind of get the comedy, so you get the best of both worlds. But
yeah,
what do you guys think about it?
I loved it. I mean, as a kid, you know, it's kind of, you love the cartoon. Obviously, everybody loved the cartoon. And then they're going to make a live action movie. You know, kids are very, what's the word for it?
I know what you're trying to say.
Like attention span.
Impressionable.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, you're going to love it just because it's Turtles. And, you know, but it had the right dynamic. Like he said, it had some of the darkness of the comic book. Where it's a little gritty, but then it also had some of the humor from the 80s cartoon, you know, and it did well, and then they ended up coming out with another one.
Yeah, where they completely went away from the first movie, but
It wasn't, the second one wasn't that bad though.
they didn't use their weapons.
No, they didn't use their weapons, but
How can you carry weapons and not use them? I mean, you saw the first movie.
I saw the first movie. I saw the second. I even saw the third. I grew up on all of them. But yeah. They stopped using the weapons in the second and third movie. They tried to bring it back to the third one, but there really wasn't much use.
I think they try to lighten it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, bringing in Vanilla Ice to do Ninja Rap.
Which, I mean, let's face it, when you do think of the Turtles, sometimes that's the first thing you think of. But
Party.
yeah, you know, and it has its place. You know, it wasn't terrible.
No.
It was still
The third
good.
one was.
Oh, that one. Well, Back in Time or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
talking
say
about
no.
The costume even changed. Like
Yeah.
it
The
just,
costume did change, but I did give them that. They try to move the eyes more.
it made
But the
no
mouse
sense.
didn't move.
No, he didn't. He was
No.
always a puppet though.
Yeah, but the mouse moved in the first and second movie. And that one, no. It's had a
Well,
grimace.
I guess they just let him settle at the spot. That's how it usually was. Mostly, he always settled there. He really didn't move around. He usually talked to him while he sat down.
The movies were good. The first two were good. Third
Yeah.
one, I mean, you gotta
like the
watch it
third
if
one.
you're a fan, but the third one was booty.
I like the third one. It gave me more variety of Japanese, you know.
It had
All that.
potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And then we had that live action TV series with the horrible Mona
No,
Lisa
that
and
was
the horrible costumes.
I saw that for the
third
first
movie was
time.
better than that.
That was painful.
Yeah.
God, it was.
I think the third movie in that TV series is what closed down the Turtles for a period of time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 'Cause, I mean, I heard about it, but I thought it was a movie that was in.
Yeah, because after that they did a big
It
gap all the way to
stopped,
2003
Until they decided to bring back the animated series.
Yeah, and that's when I came in. That's when I came into it. Was at that time.
And I mean, I'm like hearing, you know, trying to do this video. I was talking with Andrew, which kind of got this going. Is I didn't know that there was this huge history of TV Turtles. I've been following the comics because, you know, IDW and DreamWorks had been doing comic books on the Turtles, but I hadn't really been focusing on the TV shows because they were usually, like the one he grew up on, that was on, Nickelodeon or...
Four Kids.
Yeah, done by 4Kids Entertainment. And even now, they have Nickelodeon has a series that is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles CG series. I didn't know about any of this stuff. That's why I figured, do a video on it and bring these guys in because they each know like different timelines of it. That makes all this work. So I guess I'm going to ask you guys, like, does the marketing now still work? Or is it kind of falling off where people are like,
oh no, toys still fly off the shelves. Every single, like, it's different. It's the same as the 80s series. They had costumes, different costumes for the toys line. I don't have those here. I don't even own some of them to even be able to show you of like them in horror costumes, Frankenstein, Donatello, or hip hop or rock and roll Raphael. Like nowadays, they don't go that crazy, but you still have, like every different costume. They're gonna sit there and sell every single different costume, every single different character, every single different version.
Now, do you actually care about the toys, or are you just more of the animated?
Me, it was always the animation because you
You're
got the
lying.
toys. No, it was always the animation because
That's
when
why
had
you
the
want
toys-
the new
we
Mega
know.
Blocks.
Because when they had them toys, okay, they had the toys, but you really won't have the concept of it without the animation. The animation brought the characteristic to the toys,
Yeah.
And I think they're doing well. They're trying to bring back both cartoons into one because they try to give it that they will kill off a character from the storyline or they're gonna still goof around because they just try to mix it up. That's what I say. They try to mix it up with all three comics and both animated series.
Because even now they got the Michael Bay series going. I guess you could call it a series since the second one's about to come out. A lot of people didn't like the designs of the turtles. It was like very rare where people were split down the middle.
Michelangelo looked like a turtle version of Whoopi Goldberg.
No, he kind of looked like.
Nah, he looked like a turtle version of Whoopi Goldberg.
What is that?
Then to find out Whoopi Goldberg's in the movie, that just made it even worse.
So he didn't like the designs. I thought it was just, they took the mutant part way too far.
Yeah.
I liked it in the first movie. They could put
They
a trench
twisted
coat on
it
it.
too
It
far.
looked stupid, but they could.
But that's what Michael
land.
Bay does.
Yeah,
I don't-
it
I
definitely
don't like
felt
Michael
Michael Bayish, but it had the flavor of the '80s series in a way. The elevator scene I do enjoy when they're playing the songs with the weapons.
Yeah.
That was I like that. I actually found that funny.
It had its moments where it was good, where like when they got captured and they got shot up with adrenaline and Michelangelo and them are running around like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Like that was funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, like
They try to put all of it into it. They try to put everything into it. They took the mutation a bit too far, but if you look at the 2000 series compared to the 87 they were smaller. They looked to be smaller than the people. But
their
when they
body
made the
style,
2000,
their body
they were
style,
taller,
and,
more stronger.
and that's what their
more,
body style is
you know,
similar to
ninja-like.
now.
Yeah.
So that I guess I can see where they get the mutation from.
But it's like, how do you disappear being that big? I know you're supposed to be ninjas, but come on.
This
you're
is New York
big.
City. This is New York City we're talking
See, I think we take that as New York City. It's like, oh, people ignore it. Nah, people see strange stuff. People are gonna photograph it.
Yeah.
So all this time, nobody knows some big ass giant dude looking all strange and photograph him, put him on Facebook and nothing.
You think they're really gonna go out in daytime?
And even at night, people still got cameras.
Man, they're on roofs. These people are on the floor. You gotta get
Either
that.
way.
It's
I
think
just
though,
couldn't get into it.
The foot soldiers.
I hated the shredder.
Yeah, the
The
shredder. that
way the
wasn't-
shredder looked, then no.
They
because-
even have to say that this was not the shredder they wanted
No.
on the screen.
No,
Because they're kind of retconning that in this
He was a
new
person.
He looked kind
He
of like
wasn't a
Super
robot.
Shredder.
Right.
Yeah, he was more of a super shredder from the
It was a
number 2
toy.
movie.
That was what it was. It was a toy. That's all they wanted from that, was someone to actually market this and say, here kids, be stupid, go see the movie, give us like, anywhere from $9.99 and up. And it still works. I mean, people will always love the Turtles. They will always give it a chance. And you have some people who are so diehard fans, and no offense to anyone who is, if you are, great. But you're gonna love it going into it, and then you have to find a way to hate it. I just want to go in and get a good story. I did not feel like I got a good story in this.
Well, no, they try to twist in the life tales of each character too much. I didn't like that. The only thing I liked about it was that when they did do the design of the turtles, they gave them like characteristics of it. Like Leonardo was like pretty much a samurai, and Donatello was a high tech.
the new movie?
Yeah, from the new movie. And Michelangelo, he was like a hipster. He had sweater tied around his waist and freaking a skateboard on his back, and then Raphael was some tough guy with glasses. They all gave him their type of like characteristic. They try to brought it out more. That's what I liked about it. They brought it out more.
I mean, they're definitely gonna hopefully fix a lot of mistakes they made in this one. Like, I mean, I don't own that Turtles movie yet. I would buy it, I think.
I don't know about fixing the mistakes.
From the trailer, they gotta be fixing it.
Yeah, but from the trailer, from what everybody can see in the trailer, the turtles are the same. The good part is Bebop and Rocksteady look legit.
Yeah.
Because in the first 3 movies there was no Bebop and Rocksteady. We had Toka and Razor.
They couldn't do it.
Yeah, they could have. They did.
Why
They
not?
did.
The license, because the cartoon they owned the idea of Bebop and Rocksteady, so they had to do a new monster. So it was Togar and Razor, a turtle and a wolf. That they had to have. They couldn't. They had no owner rights. They weren't gonna give that up. They still were getting money for Bebop and Rocksteady. That's why they couldn't.
But it's like at least they got them this time, and we hopefully got Baxter Stockman. We're getting Krang, so we're getting.
And they're sticking legit to the Baxter Stockman because in the comic book he was an African American.
He was black.
Whereas in the 80s series they made him white with a big red afro, but they're sticking true a little bit to the comic book.
Yeah.
But Bebop and Rocksteady do look good. They look legit to the animated series.
Work. I
The
say
only-
it fit with them. It fit
The
with
only
them. They're
thing
supposed to be
that doesn't work with me is them talking about making the turtles human. Like
Yeah. I saw
the
that
mutagen can sit there and make them human.
Well, they were never humans. How
That's
can they be
Michael
made
Bay,
human?
but that's Michael Bay playing with
It
things
would
that he
screw it
shouldn't be
up,
playing
but
with.
they did do something like that. Instead of the mutagen, it boosted their mutation to the full extent where they turn into monsters. Instead of freaking
That I would rather
humans,
see.
the mutation actually turns them into monsters.
But
And
to
they
turn
became
them into
big
something that they're
monsters.
not.
And they were trying to get rid of this disease because it was like inside of their blood, and they literally turned into monsters for the 2000 cartoon. They did like an off branch from that. It was
Well,
like
I
a
mean-
next mutation type stuff.
Well, hit us down there. Let us know what you guys think about the Michael Bay films. Did you guys like it? If you didn't like it, was it because of design, story, combination of both? Let us know what you guys think. But you do notice we got a lot of stuff on the table. We wanted to make sure that when we did this video, we basically made him get up early to go give us this. So with that, we give you a spotlight on them. We're going to show you what these items are. Give you a little description down there as they go by.
Some of them you can't get anymore unless you're going to hit up eBay. I mean, and it's going to be impossible, damn near impossible for you to sit there and try and buy them like the Funko Pops. They're constantly re-putting out the turtle van, the party van, with anniversaries.
Yeah, but
but
this
there's
is
some
the
new
87 series.
things that you can still go get that are on the shelves right now that we will touch base on.
Yeah, but it's mostly about the 87 series.
Yeah.
There's no 2003 here.
Not yet.
No, because I didn't like 2003, so I didn't collect any of it. I didn't like the art of the series.
Toys, because they open and close.
No, I didn't care for the art. I don't care for really like when they try to get really anime-ish with art. I don't really like anime art. I don't really care for it.
Okay, well, we're gonna come back when we do. We'll close up on these items and we'll keep our discussion. I'll try to say that twice. Going on that turtles, but get you back in a second.